chosen few are back. 144, we feeling that. 144, we got your back. 144, can you believe that?
Music.
Chosen few are back. 144, we feeling that. 144, we got your back. 144, can you believe that?
Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe it's episode 3 of The Chosen World? Yeah, and I am the unknown factor. You know, if I'm in the house, it's Killa Factor. See, you know that Killa's over here. What's up, bro?
What up, though? Mister DKB, Killa Factor. You know we in the house. Who we got today?
Yeah,
Special
man.
guest.
Look, man. Well, firstly, this is The Chosen World, which means it's 144, which means it's all special. It's kings and queens up in this motherfucker, and that's what it is, right? But all we had is kings up in this bitch,
That's
right,
true.
bro?
True.
Right? We gotta bring a queen up in this motherfucker. On that note, FireNation Flamez, how goes it?
What's good? You already know the grind break night. I know the motto, hungry and humble all the way, every day. So y'all in the booth right now, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I don't all time. Miller Fire is lit right now. So, I'm in the ring of fire doing what I do best.
Hell yeah. That's all, man. Can I just say too, like, bro, I love where she is based on the fact that well, we won't even get into that. We'll just say there are always things in the work when it comes to the chosen few, NFGR, everything, man. We keep moving, you know what I mean? And there's plenty coming. But like my brother said, man, I have a tendency to jump ahead, but I'm not gonna this time, bro. I'm not gonna do it. So Flames, I want to know, like, what got you into this? What initially got you behind the mic? Like, what like inspires you, lit a fire up your ass and be like, I love that's funny. It lit a fire up her ass, man. That got that takes a whole different meaning when you're talking to FireNation Flames. It really, really does. But yeah, what got you on that mic to spit that fire?
Everything. My life was going crazy. I was young, and then when you in the old school household where you're raised, you can't really, speak your mind. You literally would catch a whooping just for thinking it too loud, So I always started off my notebook because, of course, you don't want your mom to hear you be like, yeah, I can't believe this shit. So I always wrote my stuff. And then I realized, like, wait, I can actually make these beats, sitting at a desk because, again, old school, and I just realized, like, I had a passion for it. And then the more and more as I got older, the more I got more creative with it. And this was like starting at 7. So from 7 years old, I writing. And then I decided after a while, it took a few people to really be like, look, the world needs to hear you. And I was like, yeah, okay, all right. Because I was shy for a long time. So, when the music really hit me, it was kind of like Judas. That's what Judas was like, look, nah. It's time to come out. And I was like, smooth as beat. He was like, listen, I'm about to turn this light on. I was like, you give me the ball, I won't drop it. And of course, you can't go through a boot camp with smooth ass beats and Judah is Father Time and not be a heavy hitter. So, after going through that boot camp, I came out the champ. And, Judah looked at me and was like, yeah, you're definitely the first lady of 144. So, I walked into my legacy.
Hell yeah. I was gonna say, like, you was talking about that boot camp. Everything I've heard that you spit is just fucking killer shit. Like, yeah, like what makes you go down that path instead of, like, most women, just selling their bodies, doing this and that, talking that. You come on some hard ass shit.
There's already like a billion city girls and Cardi B and all of that, not for nothing, and that's to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
But, my mother always said be appropriately sexy. Some things are left for the home. And, I had my good time. I had my moments. I'm a girl. But I also wanted them to understand I was more than just my body.
Yeah.
I to flirt my way through the game, none of that. Like, I got bars to match everybody in here. What's up? And with Judah, he allowed me to put my bars on the table. And, they came at me heavy. Don't get it twisted. They came heavy. And I delivered against all my brothers. And they earned my respect, and it was all on talent. And that's why I'm really big on, all the people who come around 144. I'm like, nah, they gotta go heavy because I put in work.
Mm,
And being a girl is a lot of challenging because you gotta stand, and be cute and a thug at the same time. So, it was definitely not too much of a challenge, but definitely something I was ready for.
Now, can I say when you say the boot camp, you're referring to was it the original members of the 144, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, that ain't no lie. That's a heavy that's a line of heavy hitters. Like
Yes.
I know for a fact my brother feels the same way. I'm humbled to be associated with. You know what I mean? Because it is a collection of MCs, and then if you go beyond that and look at the entirety of the 144, it is a insane collection of MCs. You know what I'm saying? That just put in work. Now, I will say one, Flames, we're gonna have to get you a different track. You make me want to smack myself for
mm,
the first one I sent you. I'm for real, for real. I ain't even fucking playing, right? What do we got on deck? We can send her, bro. I know Killa Factor needs to collab on something for the next album. I
yeah.
swear to Christ, I'll send that shit before the fucking night's over. Flames,
He's
I ain't even fucking around.
for it. I got Tip is always ready. He's always, making sure I sound amazing on tracks. So, that's who I work with hand to hand right now. I'm very particular with who I work with because not everybody knows my sound. So, I got he out right outside of the booth. You already work, keeping the flames hot. So, you send it to his email, you drop it in the inbox, come be like, let's go. I'm gonna go
Oh
put that.
well, I'll tell you then. In that case, bro, that just added something else you and I have to discuss when we're done wrapped and what we got to do tonight. You know what I mean? But
Right.
that's cool, man. It's always about that grind. It is, like you say, grind on and stay humble about it. Now, man, fuck that. You take the next question, even though I have one.
Well, if you got one, go ahead.
Uh, no, man, I'm the unknown factor. I really like to live up to my name.
All right, whatever. I don't really have a question off the top of my head, but
Well,
I really
firstly,
what?
how many times? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, well, you gonna interrupt me or what?
I'm gonna shut up.
All right, I just want to talk about the Grammy nomination considered artist FireNation playing. Like,
Oh man.
how's it
Yeah,
feel? Like,
that.
that's what I'm saying. You was gonna fuck up the intro. You gotta say Grammy nomination considered. It's like one of those
Well, why
things.
didn't you
Like,
tell me
how,
that shit before
I
we
was,
started this
I
show?
tried.
Wow.
It's all right though. Big congratulations. Like, how does it feel to have your name like in that? You know what I mean? Like Grammy considered.
I think every day it just messes me up, because I wasn't really expecting it. When Judas sent the email and I'm reading it, I'm like, yeah, right. Listen, Judah, don't
Mm,
play with me. We all know Judah Priest is the prankster of the year. So I'm like, he's messing with me. He's trying to just like get me in my head. And then I read it a little bit more and it was like from Rob Swartz. And I was like, ah.
right,
So
right.
it's been a crazy high. It's been very motivating to me to make sure that now I go harder on everything I do because now I feel like every song needs to be considered for a Grammy nomination, and I'm gonna go as hard as I can on every track.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, how does it feel now? Like every track, like you gotta
It's
step back and be like,
pressure,
oh, this ain't enough. You know what I mean?
yeah. And then Blacksmith, he makes sure he keeps me on my game. So when I'm slipping, he's like, come on now, one more time, and I'm like, here we go, but I go hard in what I do, and I keep people around me that keep me motivated, that keep me in my lyrical bag, so
Mm,
I don't really hang out with a lot of people, but the ones that I do hang out, they're very motivating to what I do.
right.
Hell yeah, I get that. Now I'm curious, man, and this is something we went into in the previous episode with Seven the Panther. But I'm curious of your opinion of it. That's not what you think. If that's what you think, we might get into that later too, though. But the thing that because I'm talking to my brother when I say that, Lance, just so you know. Uh, but the thing that I'm curious about, especially with how you started out, man, um, like how did you think you went about developing your style, and do you think that as an MC, um, does it matter the MCs you keep around you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you keep shit, do you think you're gonna turn to shit if you keep fire? You know what I mean?
Me? No.
No. I don't mean specifically you, but I
No,
mean
no.
as an MC. Period. Like,
I
do you think it's
definitely
relevant? Like, yeah.
you definitely want to have the right people around you. Like I keep heavy spitters around me. And because now I do a lot more, I'm always around a lot of music. And then being on tour makes it where I'm very diverse. So I don't really stick to just one sound because I feel that limits you in your ability. You're not able to really go into different places and shine if all you could do is one genre, all you could do is one sound. So I go different places and I learn from different people. So my cadence is never something that you can expect. So you always
Yeah.
got you always want to bring something new to the table. And I stay around a lot of people who are always doing some weird new something, and then I get intrigued by it, so I go all in. Uh, you always want to keep people around you that motivate you.
So
Yeah,
it goes to what was said, man. Steel sharpens steel. Yeah, that's what we said. I mean, it is Flames. That's what it is.
I
Steel
did write
sharpens
those
steel.
lyrics in the song.
true. Now, you say, you got different styles. Only thing I've ever like, I ain't got into your whole catalog. I see you got like 5 albums out. You got any other? You got mixtapes? You got other stuff you've been hiding from us, or what?
I mean, I got a lot of work that I'm doing. My lyrical felonious album, my elevated felonious album are like my main centers right now. But I am definitely working on a lot of new heat. Shout out to DJ7 who actually just sent me a beat today, and I kind of went in on that. And I took that more to, let's just say, I'm in my dark rock style real quick. So, I'm doing a lot of sounds like that.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I got a couple of collabs I'm doing. My name is gonna definitely buzz. I'm not sitting still, and I'm definitely not gonna be staying quiet this year. So, you know, I tell everybody, you better drop your projects because FireNation's coming, and I'm only
Well, can I
delivering
say
heat.
though? And can I say though, man? I think that's the entirety of the 144. You know what I'm saying? For as far as from everything I've seen, I mean, we're only 3 episodes deep as far as in running through this podcast, but myself and DKB have had the privilege of working with. I'd really have to stop and think and count, and I don't care enough to do that right now because that's not the focus. The focus is you, but within that, I really do think it's something where you just see everybody putting in work. Now, I'm curious when this initially started, and Judah initially brought this whole thought of the 144 and what it's gonna be. What was your initial thoughts on it?
Um,
Yeah, yo, you
I
gotta
hope
ask the first
that
lady.
they get ready to go hard. Like that was my biggest thing. Don't just bring somebody temporary in. If we're gonna do this, I want it to be someone who's ready to be a part of the family. And I want them about their business, and we went through lots of ups and downs and all of that, but the strong will rise and the real will rise. And some of us has been here from the beginning and some people didn't make it, but we got to represent strong, and that's something that I was really big with Judah on. I didn't really want, I'm mean to the new members. I make sure that they feel fully initiated because I went to the boot camp. So because of that, I guess I like to add pressure, and I always tell him like, listen, you better tell them I'm coming from. Okay, all your new members, all the new members coming on 144. Yep, they better go as hard as me because I. And he always, everyone always messes with me because they always say I come from, anybody who's coming around with 144 because it's a strong name. Many are called. Like anybody could go and do a little rhyme on a beat, but where's the consistency? You know what I mean? People are chosen for a reason. You're chosen to be a movement. You're chosen to be a leader. You're chosen to be a motivation. So I don't want just anybody in the same routines sitting with my name, sitting with my brother's name because he
Yeah,
put in work. He earned his time. So I feel that anybody who wants to get in that name and be under that name needs to earn their time and their place. This is not something that is easily given. If you're not willing to put that work in, in the words of FireNation Flamez, you just go over there. So, that's my feeling. But Judah respected that. And he knows I will always have his back. I am my brother's keeper. So if they slack, they know they're getting the call from me. But
Can I say?
everybody
That's dope as fuck.
Yeah, no, that's dope as fuck. And firstly, shout out to Judah. Much love to Judah. I'm amazed at the collective that Judah has assembled within this. And to be a part of it, as Killa Factor is, I mean, I consider it a blessing within what I've done in hip hop, especially considering like the fact that it's like Seven's like I started at 11. You're like, oh, I started doing it when I was 6. This motherfucker's like, I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm like, I've done it for fucking since I was 32. Fuck. Whatever. But so again, I mean, it just feels it feels kind of humbling in that regard. You know what I mean? To know that I myself am in a collective, and I know it's a collective of phenomenal artists. But I'm like, oh fuck, I lost my question. Man, you ever
Dun
think
dun
maybe I'm too
dun.
sober nowadays?
Yeah, you definitely need to hit something. It's neither here nor there, but
Yeah, that is again neither here
whatever.
nor there. But yeah, for real fucking shit. I'm curious though. I feel like, can I say, in what you've just said, Flames, I feel like I might have gotten a bit of a break from the harshness.
Yeah, you got
Okay, and it's we ain't gonna get into all that shit, but there's motherfucking
You
lots
can
of
bust his
reasons I
balls if
probably.
you want,
But yeah, like my brother said,
or
it
mine.
is no qualms. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
I
fucking break our chops, whatever.
you already I think you already are prepared for the pressure that I'm going to apply. You sent me a track, 2 tracks, and one of them you didn't send me any hook on it, which sounds like you want me to flame on it, which sounds like when I send it back to you, the pressure will be there. You're gonna get your whole boot camp on the verse, and I'm gonna give
I
it to you.
sent you a wait. I sent you a track without a hook on it.
Oh yeah, but don't
Are you
worry.
sure?
This is what I do. Oh, I'm sure. Don't worry.
Dude, I don't know what I sent her.
I don't know, because you send shit out all the time.
I shut up, man. It ends up dope, and you know it
It
fucking
does.
does. God damn it! Like
I'm
quick
gonna
edition
sit in
retribution
suspense and
got
think about
144
the
all over
fire
it.
right now. That's gonna be your thought until that email goes ding. Just it's okay. You're now in this.
Look, I love the fact that at least I know it's somebody that. Well, one, I hope I don't end up sending it out to somebody else on accident because I don't know what the fuck I did.
I
2,
mean,
I'm glad the track is in the hands of somebody that I know I have full
Now
faith
I
in
have to
to
ask this: would you rather? I'm kind of like you. Like I just like spitting some shit, talking my shit. You know what I mean? Or do you like Factor is more of a story type? Like I have to be on point when I'm with him talking about something. I can't just go off rails on my own shit. Like which one do you prefer?
both because I had Smooth Man's Beat, who we know is like literally ridiculous. So
Yeah, yeah.
go in like yeah, just body that. But then I also sat with Father Time, who was signed with Run DMC, and he is a very crazy cadence storyteller. So he taught me a little bit more about how to master telling my story. So now I find myself telling my story while talking my shit at the same time. So it makes it a lot, it makes it a really good vibe. This is why they always say, yeah, there's only one fire because you never know what she's gonna do. So,
Well,
I take everything that I learn from every single, person that's been in my life.
well, here's an interesting question based on all that. Then, um, I'm curious, as an MC, who do you consider your greatest influence? And don't answer none of the 144. All right, it has to be someone outside of that group. Much love to all the 144. I just want to say, and look, firstly, if you hear a member of the 144's name on this podcast, eventually you'll be able to find them getting interviewed on this podcast too. Just so if you want to know more, so you know. But yeah, so who is your greatest influence in that regard?
Honestly, life, and I honestly can say Rodega. Rodega is huge for me because she's a queen that can't be questioned. She's unapologetic. She doesn't care what you think. She can be fully dressed. She can be in her little booty shorts, but she is gonna definitely deliver a message, or she's gonna deliver some pressure. And I always like that about her. I love, Queen Latifah because she wasn't afraid to be her in her skin. She was true to herself. She really embraced who she was as a queen, and she went heavy on them. And then, of course, I love Left Eye. Left Eye was just, she was unique. She was out of the box. She was like everything that you'd be like, that's not supposed to happen. And I love that about her because that's what that's how I am. Oh, she was supposed to say that because she's a girl. Oh, she definitely just said it, and it was hotter than everybody's bars on the track. That was something that I got inspired from her. Like, don't be afraid to be you, and don't be afraid to show them that you got bars. Spit your shit. And for me, those queens mainly really put me in a different type of mindset when it came to being a lyricist.
Yeah, I can definitely see like as soon as you said Rod Digger, like it clicked. Like, yep. Like I can see Rod Digger in you. Like you can tell, like that was part of your mold. That's dope.
Yeah.
Hell
Okay.
yeah, hell yeah. Now,
Besides,
oh, go ahead.
oh, you got something?
Well, I mean, I do, but if you got something,
No,
bro, roll
I
with it
was
because I can
just
flip back to it. All
you,
right, well, I
you're
can
good.
always flip back. Well, to what we were saying, what the DK or the question my brother asked just a moment ago, as far as uh, what do you go in more, as far as storytelling or just going in. And first off, fuck you, asshole. I've gotten way better at just going the fuck in when I
Yeah.
feel like it. Like, time to
Well, you
die,
just
motherfucker.
started. That's what
You
I'm
know what I
just
mean?
saying. Like
And yeah, and I've only been doing this shit 6 fucking years. I'm sorry, my biggest fucking influence is Stan fucking
that's
Lee.
I was the
May the
opposite,
man
man. I
rest.
just came from
Yeah,
spitting my
yeah,
shit. I just talk
yeah.
shit.
All right,
I didn't.
yeah,
I mean, it might have been a little story in it, but my fucking head, ADHD heads everywhere. It might make sense to me.
yeah,
It makes sense to
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
else. But you know what I mean.
But like,
Like
yeah,
it's
but
all
like you said,
different.
I got better at it. Time to die, bro.
Just like
You
I
know what I'm
got better
saying?
at telling
But
stories.
fuck yeah, bro. Steel sharpens steel. But that's not the point. The point is, I'm curious, Flames, in a track, as far as lyrically, what do you think is the more important element? Do you think it's more important to be like lyrical as fuck, or do you think it's more important to have a story and a message within it?
See, for me, it would be a combination of both because you can't, in order to really be a serious lyricist, you have to tell a story. And in telling your story, you got to talk your shit. Because if you're telling a story, it's got to be your story, which means that's your shit. So it's a combination of both for me.
Yeah.
I love that answer. But can I say I was way too enthusiastic about my thumbs up? I meant to give the Orange Cassidy thumbs up, which Seven the Panther will highly appreciate because he watches AEW. I don't know if you do or not, Flames. Do you? You
Check it out.
do? Fuck yeah. So you get the thumbs up, and my brother still got no idea what's going on. You want to ask the sports question now?
Here we go. Sports question. Oh, we talk about sports. Like how you feel about the Brittany Griner situation?
That one,
Huh?
Like,
because I have a different opinion.
is that real, or is it like just some? Because I just saw a picture the other day. She looked the same with the same Nirvana shirt on. I'm like, is this staged?
I
I don't know.
mean,
It's just kind of
everybody has
funky, and
things
like
where
at the same time, like people just like, is it just to cover up something else?
I
What
mean,
else
it's
is going on in this world
always
that we don't want to know about?
things like that. It's always to cover up something else. There's always a bigger picture. There's always a deeper picture. You see what you're shown.
All
Yeah,
right,
That,
all right. Well, I gotta say then, Flames, and I told you I might get to it later, right? And you can't tell me she just didn't set it up fucking perfectly, brother.
I guess I
Right?
knew what the fuck he
She,
was talking about.
well, the fucking the shit, whatever. I figured you'd know that, but whatever. The fact that you say it's covering up something, and then the Supreme Court just did what they did as far as revoking Roe versus Wade. Now, this is something again we got in discussion with Seven the Panther. I think it's funny. This is kind of following a rhythm, but whatever. Um, but I'm curious, Flames, what's your opinion of that? Because like when we discussed it with Seven, I feel like people are for some reason focusing on one aspect of it and don't understand how much that bill, or I mean that law, not bill, that law has to do with so much other shit that ain't got shit to do with abortion. You know what I mean?
right.
Like, do you think what's your overall opinion of that? And do you think maybe it's something that they're gonna take and push further to the point where maybe fuck we can't make music because we say shit they don't like.
I mean, unity speaks. And right now, there's a lot of people not speaking up, and there's a lot of people that are, they have loyalties that are bought. Money changes a lot of different things. I hate to say it like that, but that's the reality of living. Money shifts shit, and when certain big names or certain people of the law are under pressure, these things change up. All of a sudden, certain legalities and laws all of a sudden just disappear. So, in my eyes, they need to put a real thorough look into a lot more of it. But I don't really get into the politics of it because I'm always I'm looking through everything. I need to investigate. So for me, I'm doing a lot of research. I'm sitting in the back for like this. That didn't really add up.
Hmm.
So why go through all this trouble unless there was something deeper? So now I need to know what the something deeper is. It's like I said, it's always a smoke and mirrors thing. They want you to see this so you're not realizing what they're doing over here. So that's my
Yeah, I feel
I,
that.
I
And
hate.
a little cheap plug for me. Check out my next solo album. It's called Smoke and Mirrors. But
ooh,
you know what I mean.
Fuck
Shit
yeah.
just happens like that.
I'm on that shit though. I swear. I think maybe. Am I on that shit?
Yeah, of course. Like
All right. I don't
we
fucking know
got
half the
we got
time,
some
bro.
144 on there.
Fuck yeah.
You know how
Yeah.
it
Yeah. Of
goes.
course. All
But
right.
anyways, that was just a cheap
Sometimes, but
plug.
hey. Yeah, yeah, we got to do some cheap plugs sometimes, man. Because everybody, like I said, everybody from the 144 is dropping music.
Yeah, like we
And
stay grinding, bro.
got it.
fuck yeah, man. That's why I was in at a fucking GameStop, a fucking GameStop yesterday, y'all. And I was like, hey, man, I'm in Indiana, by the way, just to fucking put this in a frame of reference for everyone fucking watching. And I'm like, hey, man, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you know Jude Reese's? Yeah, dude, I know Judah. You know the Chosen Few? Yeah, dude. So I was like, well, here, dude, fucking talk to him and just let him send a message, which, yeah, it was dope as fuck. So yeah, it's a grind on. But I agree with you in the fact of the smoke and mirrors, which I said my brother's got a fucking album dropping here soon. That will be the next one from Mister DKB. But it all is a game of smoke and mirrors.
Right.
Man, I don't even want to get more political because I so will. So shut me up.
This
Shut the
ain't this
hell up.
ain't Panthers political podcast.
Listen, just
I
go
know.
ahead with that. Go.
That's why I told my brother, just do something.
You just want to do whatever. I don't know. Now you just got me all discombobulated, all
Well, I
fucked
am the
up.
unknown factor, bro. What the fuck do you expect?
Yeah, I don't know.
You kill people, I throw them off so you can kill them.
I love
Whatever.
It works.
That's what
Killa Factor.
happens. That's what happens. So you talk about, checking people. You ever had to check anybody like, and they not come
Mm,
back?
mm.
You don't have to say no names, but like, has it happened? Like,
it.
has anybody folded under the pressure? Because I know, like, with our brothers in the X Among You, which Draven, he's 144. That's our brother from
Got
a lot.
to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
John
J
too.
two man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
little J motherfucker.
we've just like talked to people, like trying to get people in the crew, and just like said like certain word. Like, what was that one time we was like,
Wait,
like,
wait, no, no, no. The dude that I called motherfucker
yeah,
and he
yeah,
was
yeah,
out in
yeah.
like
It was just
fucking
like
30 seconds.
a cool like, what's up, motherfucker? Or like, I don't even know, but like the dude took it all serious. Like, oh,
Oh
you
my
calling
god.
me a motherfucker? Fuck you and your whole family type of shit. And he
Yeah.
quit. But like, have you ever had to check
And I
somebody
was
like,
like,
I don't think you're coming in, right? And then they like, well, fuck you, we leaving then.
I often check people, but most times when they come at me, they end up checking themselves. So I don't really have to say too much. The look tells it all. I got like that mom look that comes across walking.
you
you know,
you
this
fucking
is
up.
that smoke. So, and then I got, like I said, I write music, so I've already checked people in advance for my bars. Like just listen, go play number 6 and have a seat in the corner. This is not what you want. So you know,
Oh
when you
shit.
in advance before they even come at you, you don't. Yeah, I'm bothered. So when I look at a whole lot of anybody who's coming from me, it's like, look, I checked you my first album. You weren't even existent then. Like you don't understand. I stay unbothered because the only competition is me. So
Yeah.
I keep my mindset going. Getting
Yeah.
under my skin.
How do you
I,
feel like being like one of the only women? Like, does it?
I love it.
Is anybody like trying to come at you sideways? You ever notice
They
that?
listen, but they know that I'm gonna make them. Keep my family. I keep the bros excited. They love when they on the track with me because they like, oh man, Fire's about to put this heat. I know I gotta,
Hmm.
and they get excited about it. And I love to do it
That's
because I
dope.
like to keep on their toes too. So it just keeps my bars that much tighter because when I go against the rest of the world, it's like I just was on the track with Father Time. Like, listen.
Yeah.
So
And I totally agree with you, Flames. Like that's something that I think is great just amongst the whole collective of the 144. It is because you've got a bunch of artists that are all dope as shit. And I'm pretty sure there's not, I don't know of someone amongst us that if they heard some shitty bars would be like, yeah, dude, that's good. Just be a yes man. They're all going to be like, dude, what
no,
the fuck are you
I
doing? You're 144.
changed the whole last part of that verse. It was whack. Like, did you really do that?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we go in on each other. And you got to think about who's the general of 144. Like, he is the douchebag of the century.
Uh,
So,
well, no. Judas the general, yo, don't make him red because the radiation will go straight to my motherfucking head. And that's what's up. Yeah. Round table dropping fucking soon.
Yeah, I'm excited for that shit.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that ain't. I really don't feel like that's a general. General, Matt, how did you and Judah meet initially? Flames?
he's annoying. He woke up like this, and I woke up and bodied him on the track. No, me and Judas forever. So that's my brother, and I stand with each other. But we came together officially, where I really actually said I'm coming out. 2016 is when Smooth was like, so hey, Judas on the phone. He was like, what can you do? And I remember telling him, give me an hour. I was in my studio. I lived in Florida at the time,
did you know who
and
Judah was at that time?
I, I know I feel all
All right. Because that's
I
how I was when I heard like Judah. Like I'm like, fucking Judah. Like, are you serious, Judah Priest?
I
I'm still bugging about it.
like send me some music, and I'm like, okay, that's easy. And Smooth was like, yo, do something ridiculous. And I remember creating the beat literally with words. And I the words were, let me give you something instrumental with my lyricals. And I remember sending it to Smooth, and Smooth was like, that was I was not expecting that. And he sent it to Judah, and Judah goes, yo, yep, yep, you.
Hmm.
It's time. It's time. And Smooth was like, I told you. And it was like, yo, I'm doing this Dark World tour. I got this show coming up. And I was like, all right, maybe I'll pull up. And I remember pulling up, and he'll tell the story. 26 hours overnight from Florida to Philly. I pulled up on him,
Woo.
and he was like, did you really just drive 26 hours
Damn.
to come support me? And I was like, yo, hungry and humble. I don't wait for opportunity. I create it with Scott. I'm here to support. He was like, nah, you got your music? I was like, yeah. He was like, you about to perform, and now you're on a Dark World tour. And that was
Oh.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was it. So hungry and humble is definitely something, I live by. People say they want things. My question is always, how bad do you want it?
Agree. Now
You
I'll
know,
tell you. Can I say that like I like that happened, and that was just a little bit before something else terrible happened in the world, right? Because
Yeah.
I know it's about to be 2020. Me and my brother's about to drop this album. We got merch coming. Fucking Judas coming to Indiana, right? Because he's on tour. I'm fucking excited as fuck to meet my brother Judah. Finally, man, after I've interviewed this motherfucker like 4 fucking times on NFGR, which don't fucking exist anymore. If you want to look it up, look it up. I don't give a fuck. Go look up No Fucks Given Records though. But I'm finally gonna get to meet him, and a bunch of the other 144 that are coming out. And I'm like, fuck yeah, man, I'm finally gonna get to meet the fucking 144. And then boom, like a Mike Tyson fucking right fucking hook. Here comes COVID. What did you think of that when that happened? And what do you think the overall effect that has had as far as what we're trying to do? Right? Because I think to say it caused a bit of a slowdown. I mean, you have to say that because it did it to the world, you know. But what overall effect do you think you had? And like, do you think it's been handled well as far as the comeback? I'm just curious of your opinion. I got my own, and I'll state it after yours. But you go first.
COVID, it was a nightmare. Like, everything was okay, and then everybody was not. You remember, like, it was just weird to see everybody walking around in masks and to lose so many people so fast. Like you see everything on the news, but then it just started hitting home, and they got closer to home. They got closer to home, and it was to the point where going outside was a hazard. And I remember, like I was worried, more so for the kids because there was no adventures no more. There was no imagination being built no more. There was an increase in domestic violence, an increase in, just horribleness. And
Mental
people were
health.
each other. And it just really, it brought out a lot of people's true colors. A lot of people's true colors. And it showed where people were strong, and it showed where people had a lot of weaknesses and doubts. And instead of uplifting, a lot of people were tearing each other down. So for me, it was an eye opener. But because it's one thing, when you grow up, you know that you can't trust everybody, but when you're walking around with a mask and all you have is the eyes of that person, do you know how many crimes were going down? How many people were just fighting for their lives and just trying to live day by day. So like to see all of that strife, and I work with one of the biggest hospitals, in the country. I work with Yale. So for me, I'm getting a lot of the updates and seeing that you can't go to state lines and you can't take flights certain days. You couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. It slowed a lot of people down musically because a lot of people, they're going about things. Now you really had to be creative in how you reached your audience. You really had to network to make it count, and a lot of people weren't ready for that pressure. But again, the real and the go-getters rise.
But you said one key word there. One key word that to me, in relation to the 144 Flames, really sticks out, which is network. Right?
Always.
Network. It's like, I mean, we as Killa Factor have networked extensively within the 144. I mean, Judah, I've got a fucking love for Judah and all the original 144s. I've had numerous conversations with Judah and Supreme on what was NFGR. Like I said, they're real motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like the real. Because I'll tell you right now, I interviewed a lot of motherfuckers on NFGR that I don't want to ever fucking speak to again in my goddamn life. Figure out who it is if you want to, you asshole. It's UF. It could be FU. I don't give a fuck. All right. But I mean, you know what I mean? Because because I interviewed like 300 fucking plus artists. You're gonna run into assholes. But I think that is one thing that Judah did, and a lot of the chosen few, for that matter, just took that to the next level. And I really think that was one of the most intricate things was the networking. Besides the networking to survive COVID, what do you think were the other aspects that were key?
Eating healthy. Mantras were big for me because it was at a point where isolation really got to a lot of people, and you really had to fight to keep your sanity. So I really feel like mantras helped me out. Meditating, music, movies help. But then after a while, you literally had nothing but those mantras. Me waking up in the morning and having, my followers, and, they look for me to say, hey, good morning, go-getters. Did you wake up hungry and humble? I held myself to that T because I realized that one mantra every morning was somebody's reason to wake up. And, I took it as a way to reach out to more. I'll never forget Papa Wu telling me, your job as a lyricist is to reach one and teach one. And that was the same day that I sat and met, Hellraiser. And, when you sit with people like that who, watching Hellraiser go through having a brain aneurysm, and that's something most people don't survive. For him to not only survive it, but to watch that man walk through, a crowd and still speak to the people, that let me know my job had to be bigger than what I was even thinking. And that's when I realized that I had more of a purpose. And when you realize you got that purpose, it's not about you anymore.
Damn, that's deep as shit. You about to make me
Yeah,
cry.
Cut it
that's what's
out.
up. Look,
Nah,
look,
nah,
look, look. We won't even
that's
get
some
into.
deep shit,
No,
man.
man.
For
Flames
real
has
though.
got deep on fucking both of us, and I'll admit the She Brown got me at one point earlier, but we won't get into why. But god damn, Flames, for real, I'm fucking loving it. But man, bro, I kind of want to spike this interview up.
Is it
Huh?
the time for a Killa Factor's conundrum of questions?
Yeah. Now here's the thing, Flame, no thoughts, just answers. All right. All right. Favorite album?
Favorite album. Ooh.
I said no thoughts, just answers. What is this bullshit? I see you thinking.
Uh,
I can't choose a favorite album. I can't.
favorite
I have
color?
Well, okay. All right.
Favorite color?
my favorite color, purple.
You prefer a pen or you write on your phone?
Now on my phone. When I first started, it was 7 notebooks at all times.
Favorite movie genre?
I love me a good old school horror movie.
Man, she's thinking way too much. I'm for real. Hey, favorite actor or actress?
Listen, I have like 50 answers if I do it.
Well, hey, yeah. It is the Killer Factor conundrum of questions. No one said this shit was gonna be easy.
I mean, I'm fire, so of course, I'm gonna give you guys, some type of heated comeback.
Well, hey, what? Okay, well, I want to know your favorite actor or actress.
Ooh. Taraji Henson.
Favorite city?
Oh man. Oh, someone's gonna be really, really mad at me. It's definitely Philly right now. It's definitely. I have my back here right now, so that's definitely my spot.
Anime or cartoons?
Oh man, cartoons, old school cartoons.
Chopsticks or a fork with your Chinese food?
Oh my God, chopsticks all day. Don't judge me. I told you.
No, look, Flames, you be getting the fucking Orange Cassidy thumbs up all damn day. I'm loving it, man. I'm fucking loving it. I really am. Right? Let's see, man. I feel like, hey, favorite food. Yeah, let's get like, what if somebody's out and sees Flames? What's the shit they get you to eat?
Oh my God, sushi, steak, and and sauteed vegetables.
PC or Apple?
You said what?
PC or Apple? Mac.
Ooh, I'm such an Apple girl. It's so bad. But for my music, a PC.
Man, we have to end the conundrum on that because she kind of hurt my soul with the fact that she said she digs Apple. Like, Apple's a terrible company.
Like, I'm definitely on the iPhone. I'm so sorry.
It's a terrible,
but
terrible,
I use,
terrible
the PC
country.
for my other stuff.
Can I state look? Here's my opinion between Mac and PC. Right? A Mac is made for someone who just wants to use the technology, and that is all. A PC is made for someone who wants to use the technology and be able to fucking fix it when it breaks.
Yeah, I can.
Just saying.
I can agree with that because a
Or
PC is really easier to fix.
you could also pirate a lot of shit on PC for
Hey,
Yeah,
shut up and don't be telling what I do,
I'm
motherfucker. That's
just
none
sorry.
of
I
your
ain't say
business.
you. I'm just saying most motherfuckers in America, at
on up
least.
spot.
How you think we all got our start, our first fucking Pro Tools or Cool Edit, Sony shit, whatever. My first
We
drum
got to
on
use
the
what we
drum
got to use.
machines or whatever free shit. You know what I mean? You can't do that on that.
Napster, motherfucker. What's up? Do you fucking are you upset that Napster is no more?
I think it
As a,
still
well, as a,
is.
it's well because we're distributed on there. But let me rephrase that. Are you upset that Napster doesn't exist the way that it used to?
Mm, yes and no, because there's so many platforms now. So there's a lot of different things that you can utilize, that give a lot of the same things, but a little bit more high tech. I do miss it because, once you learn something, you get used to it. But then as the new stuff comes out, things start glitching and stuff. So
That's true. But do you like it now? Nowadays, everything's all digital. You just sign in, you put your shit in, your shit's bam. Back in the
I mean,
days, you had to like, buy CDs, press shit up,
yeah, I still
cassettes.
don't get it twisted. Listen, some people still like that real music, and I
Mm,
have such a diversity that there's I got older people that listen.
yeah.
My grandmother is one of my biggest fans, and she goes hard. She got the whole old school. She got the disc player, the vinyl player, everything, the tape
Mm.
deck, all of
Ooh,
that. So I don't sleep on the original ways of things. You know,
Yeah, I like that too, because I like, just open it up and every
yeah.
track. Who
But
made this
I mean,
track?
you gotta
Who
think
wrote
about it.
this
When you
track? Who
meet
produced it?
people, I want to make sure I can give you something you can remember me by. So, having those CDs and stuff,
yeah.
I like the QR codes and everything, but there's nothing like someone being like, yo, I'm about to put this CD in a car. It's about to go down. I want you
Mm.
to play that CD until it cracks. You know what I mean?
Yo,
Like,
oh man, look, no, you have no idea how much I'm gonna fuck around with my background here real quick. Cause look, firstly, it upsets my soul how hard it was to legitimately go around and find some fucking hip hop in this town on CD because I just got a new ride and my shit's only got a CD player, right? And like a motherfucker, I'm looking for Method Man, Redman, Blackout. That's the album that I fucking want. I
mm,
go into a FYE and I'm asking, and I go, "Yo, you got any Method Man, Redman?" They say, "You said Method Man, red hair." I got hurt a little right here. Yeah, see, I see that face. Like these are two little ass 16-year-old girls, right? Little girls, right? Right. And so I'm like, you got any Wu-Tang Clan? Can you spell that for me? That is the appropriate response, right? Especially when they had this in their fucking store.
The genius.
mm.
I still can't
I
believe
mean,
you got that.
they they're
Dude,
not.
I'm so happy I
Things
found
being
Liquid
taught
Swords.
these days. It's not like back in the days. You got to think about it. Back in the days, our parents they had us blasting the old school music. They were showing like my dad beatboxed to me half of my life. You know, they don't do that now. These kids they fending
Man,
for themselves. So all they got is these little city girls and whatever's running around here influencing them. It's not like it used to, which is why I feel like 144 brings substance back, and
hell yeah.
everyone that is in association, especially I hate to say it like that, but the ones who were in the beginning, it's as far as when I first began, you know they
That first
gave
nine.
they gave that vibe. It was always how hard you can go. Can they feel that message when I bring this to the crowd? Are they gonna relate to this? If I got a festival, can I do this at the festival? We thought about all of those things. Now it's just like, yeah, let me tell you all the different ways that I can blah blah blah, and it's like, oh, I honestly barely listen to the radio anymore because of it.
That's
It's
what.
just this.
No. Oh my God, Flames. I understand. Yeah, because like I said, I drove a 30-minute drive in silence because I refused to listen to radio programming. Because
Yeah,
you know what? I
I
don't
keep
want
my
fucking
TV
Well,
radio
like,
on
program.
like
well, this is what I've heard about the 144. Like a little bit, like it's kind of like the same shit I hear about Griselda too. Like it's kind of like the Wu Tang and like how it's a bigger crew of a bunch of motherfuckers that's bringing hip hop back. You
yeah.
know, I wouldn't say to not to its forefront or its glory, but we're just kind of bringing substance back and not it's not
We're
pop,
continuing
it's not
legacy.
washed down shit. Yeah.
It's not about the
We
yay and
we
the
apply
motherfucking lean all the
pressure.
time.
Slouch.
Say again, Flame. Sorry.
No, it's just with 144 we just applying new pressure, but we're reminding them of where we got it from at the same time. We're not afraid to show homage, so we're making sure that they don't forget the
All right,
reason.
yo, I don't mean to cut back to the motherfucking conundrum real quick, but I got one more question. If you could pick a motherfucker to collab with, only alive, who you picking?
Who you say who I'm collabing with?
Yeah, no. I'm saying if you could just
Digga.
snatch one motherfucker. Who?
Digga. Put me on a track with Digga is gonna be an issue because I love her style, so I think me matching her energy would definitely be a vibe. So everybody watching this, y'all let Digga know.
Yeah.
I'm definitely got the bars, and we need to collab. Like I'm in Jersey. Come on now, bring it home, Digga.
You heard it. Hit up Flames. Yo, can I say this has been episode 3 of The Chosen Few. Yeah, with the first lady of the Chosen Few, FireNation. Grammy nomination considered. Look, I remembered it the outro, asshole. All right, you dick. I love you, bro. Right.
Bars
But real
up.
quick, before we go, no, man, because we did this for we said, man, we didn't do it. Do we do it during the fucking show? So before we go, yo, real quick, Flames, can I just get you be like, yo, this is Fire and Inflation. You're listening to Chosen World Podcast. Add in a little bit of your shit.
Yo, what's good? It's your girl, the first lady of 144,000 chosen few, letting you know you need to make sure that you tuned in to 144 podcasts because it's the gang, it's the squad. Put your fours up, listen up, because it's a message.
Fuck yeah. With that note, ladies and gentlemen, I am the unknown factor. This will be fucking back because we got way more members to go through. Brother.
Yo,
I
I'm
love
Mr.
you. Let's keep
DKB.
rocking it.
This has been FireNation Flames. Grammy nomination considered. Our sister, our queen, 144. We'll be back on another episode next week, or however it drops. Whatever. Fours up.
It'll fucking come out.
Whatever.
Move when it's pointed in the face.
Like a sweatshop when the flames drop, so I can't stop. People looking for me to build while making our drop. Take your fan base, playing with my TikTok. Follow me on all